Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, this is another edition here of the Brilliantly Dumb Show, and another episode where there's just no Peter D to be found, Michael. And you have to wonder how long this is going to go on,
You know,
man.
I don't want to fall into the narrative, the blueprint narrative now, because you got people out there on Twitter. They're like sending like a breakdown of what our episodes are like. They're like going through
I
like what
saw
you saw.
one,
That's
yeah.
tough because it was very accurate.
I
So
know.
I'm not going to get into it. I'm not gonna chastise him. I'm going to let him do him. I'm going to let Petey cook. Let
I,
Petey cook. That's what I'm
it's,
going to do. The
it's
Codfather.
the Codfather's got to
Nice
cook,
hat, by
but
the way. That's a nice hat. I got
I
mine coming Monday. I'm
you
very
should.
excited about it.
I checked on that today. I said, "Does Mikey have his box coming?" He
It's
sent me
coming.
the
Yeah, it's
number for
coming.
Monday
It's
because you
coming.
know what? The bottom line is, Michael, nobody can promo the way you can. You're the Bruce Buffer of apparel.
I appreciate that.
You are.
I do appreciate that.
You
That is a nice
really
hat though. But yeah, Joe, and by the way, good hoodie,
great
color
hoodie.
choice, really nice. We're on the same wavelength. And we'll just chop it up. Whenever Joe decides to show up, we'll run the show. But I think in the meantime, how's life? How's dad?
Good.
How was UFC for
Yeah.
dad? Did he
All
love it?
good. Yeah. Oh, he had a
Yeah,
ball. I mean, he
good.
had an absolute ball. Did you see him on
I saw
TV?
the anniversary message to
Amazing.
Sue on the board. That was really the coolest thing I thought about the whole thing. That was
He,
really, really cool. Really
the
cool.
only that they saw him in the back as Joey D has arrived. They saw him in the back and they said, do you mind if we put something on the jumbotron? He's like, not at all. But
Yeah, I would imagine that would be what he said.
but he thought he was gonna get the treatment where they like show you on the jumbotron and you give the fist,
Oh, like he thought he was going to get his name underneath, like Mike Berger, father
Yeah.
of Bob Does Sports, Robbie Berger, and he was going to give the fist. That would have been
I
good too.
think he thought because he did go fist with it. He did
Yeah,
go
you
fist.
have to. I mean, that's an automatic. You go to a fight event, boxing, UFC, you got to go fist in every pose. It's just comes with the territory. Everyone wearing their Sunday red today. Look at this. Everybody
Yeah,
wearing their
as
Sunday
Peter
red.
D.
Like a
Peter
crimson red.
Peter
Yeah,
Peter D has arrived. Joseph, very, very good to see you. I think Joseph's looking a little sleeker.
slimmer, sleeker,
Yeah.
Yeah.
leaner, meaner.
Yeah, I think he looks a little
Not
lean.
meaner, not meaner, not meaner.
How you
A
feeling?
nice guy. I feel okay. I feel good. The good news is I went on a trip for a week with these guys and I didn't gain weight, so that's good news.
That's good because I would have figured the Dominican would have done you in bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I didn't. I'm still roughly like 15 pounds lighter than when I started, a few weeks, I think it's almost a month now, but I'm kind of leaning in that this isn't just going to happen overnight. Like this is
No.
like kind of like in the past, these trips that I'd go on with these guys, I'd gain like 4, 5, 6 pounds, and I'd feel
Oh,
like
Mikey.
shit coming
By the
back.
way, Mikey knows he was on that NASCAR trip, dude. I
That
mean,
weekend
he
might
I
have
knows.
came
set us
back. I
back a
came
few
back. I
pounds.
came back 8 pounds heavier that week.
Is
8
that
pounds in 3
8 pounds. Yeah.
days?
Yeah.
is that
Yeah.
for real?
I
So
don't
you
eat.
know
I don't
what?
eat like that, man. I don't eat like. First of all, during the week, like I don't eat from 6 or 7 at night when we have dinner. We eat early because of the kids. I don't eat again until like 10 or 11 the next morning. I intermittent fast. So, and then
Yeah.
when I eat, I have a very like health conscious lunch, usually either an omelet or a salad, like with chicken and protein, whatever. And then whatever she makes for dinner is usually healthy. And that's it. So it's like, I never eat like that. So when I do, my body's just like, yo, what the fuck are you doing? Like, and I just gain,
Yeah.
like the weight just pours on. But
A lot of the
that
stuff
NASCAR trip was absurd. I mean,
lot
we
of
were
the
eating
stuff we
waffle
ate
ice
in the
cream.
Yeah, it was bad. The Dominican, a lot of the stuff we ate was actually like fish,
I was
ceviche,
going to say, you're
like
staying at a really nice place. You could eat well there and still eat good
yeah,
food. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Like
yeah,
you don't
yeah.
have to eat like shit.
It wasn't like
You
we
have
were
to
having
get
fast food.
you're
Like
not door dashing, right? You're not doing that. That's what kills us is when we
I
go
had,
away and
I
we do
had
the
at the
door dashing
airport.
all day.
I had at the airport my first fast food meal. I had a thing from Taco Bell in like maybe a three
Right?
to 4 weeks. I haven't had any fast food, and it went through me, Mikey.
I
Like
was
you
going to say, how
wouldn't.
quick did you run to the toilet?
I
Because when
almost,
you're,
I almost
yeah,
missed the boarding of the flight.
when
I was
you're
like,
not
"Where are
used
you?"
to
I was in
that,
the shitter.
when you're not used to that, it runs through you like a goose. You're like a goose just run. No, when your body's not used to that and you eat like that, it just comes. It's like your body just automatically is like, nope, fuck you,
Mikey,
coming out.
they were the lady literally said we're about to close the doors to the gate, and Joe's just he's in that Dominican hat, not a care in the world. And I thought when I called him, he was gonna be like, "Holy shit!" Like I got to get over there. I called him and he's in the bathroom, and I'm just like, "Joe, they're about to close the door," and he goes, I'm fine. And I'm like, yo,
Well, it
this
said boarding
guy,
ended at 3:15, and I was like 3:07. It was cutting it close.
How
it
are the
was
flights? All good?
fine. Yeah,
Delayed?
totally,
No delays?
totally
I'll tell
fine.
you what, man. It's from where we are in Florida. It's a from Fort Lauderdale. It's a direct
Up and
flight,
down,
2 hours
Yeah,
and
yeah.
20 minutes, and
Dude,
they're
the
only
flight
1 hour ahead of us. It was
the
tremendous.
flight back from Atlanta on Tuesday was an hour and a half up and down to Jersey.
Yeah, that's nice.
Literally, it was nothing. I was like,
That
this
airport
is
stinks,
fantastic.
though. That
One of
Atlanta
the
airport.
very
It
worst
really
airports.
is.
I've
It
never,
really is.
dude, the security line on Tuesday morning to leave
Oh my
was
God.
like longer than the lines to get into fucking Mercedes-Benz Stadium.
Yeah.
It was insane how bad.
Now,
it was.
Mikey, I will say, though, that hat looks like, the Sports Illustrated when somebody would win the Super Bowl and
Oh,
then
yeah.
they drop like the hat. That's
Yeah.
a one and done type hat.
This is
That
the Ford.
is-
This is the look at that baby.
Bro, that is a
Oh, that's
loud-
gold.
That's
This-
a loud.
this was
Gold
the,
encrusted.
This was the 2014. My 2024 is in the mail. It's on its way. I'm waiting.
Oh.
Yeah. I only got the 2014 right now, but
You want to talk
what
nice
a-
hats?
what a
Look at
time,
the hat
man.
that Bob's got there.
I said
That's
that to
the
him
new
before you got
drop.
on.
Really
I said that
nice.
to him before you got on.
Those
Real-
things are gonna fly off the shelves at the
I'm glad
waist.
I
Are
got
you
mine
coming?
coming. No, I'm not. I'm not
He-
gonna make it.
Oh,
Yeah.
what the hell?
Yeah.
Bob said you were
Yeah.
He,
coming.
I know,
he
I
blue
was.
balled us. He blue balled us.
Oh man,
No, I
come
didn't. That's
on,
ridiculous.
Sure did.
Michael.
I was excited for you to come. Remember this?
What
So
the
I had
hell?
every intention of coming, and then in reality, that weekend is my mother's 70th birthday, and we're starting a kitchen,
Happy
a total
We're
birthday.
not
kitchen.
gonna be there
reno.
on the weekend. We're coming back early.
I know you're going Thursday to Thursday, but I don't even have.
No,
like-
we're going Tuesday to Friday, coming back Friday.
Yeah, I know. I can't take the days. It's too many days to take from work. So it's like, if the weekend, it would have been
I'll
either
call
way.
him.
But
I'll
it's,
tell him
I
we
got
need you
so
there.
I got so much going on.
But Mikey, Ohio won the national championship.
did.
Come on.
We did.
I mean,
We don't get to see you
that-
often,
that
man.
that is the most one and done hat I've ever seen in my life. You're gonna wear that.
It doesn't even really
this
fit. That's the worst part. It doesn't really fit either. It's so small on my fucking head. Look at this thing. Like it really, like I'm fucking forcing.
What
it
about
on.
back? Sometimes hats fit better backwards if they don't fit forward.
That's correct. That's correct. I have a bunch of hats like that also.
Yeah.
Tell you what, hats never do that to me. That's breezy golf hats.
Oh,
that
That's
fits
exact-
forward, sideways, backwards, whichever way you want to
Good.
wear it. We'll take care of it.
I'm very excited. So we're gonna have the setup at the Waste Management this year. Last year it sold out the day we got there. So before the tournament even started. Now, granted, they bought about 10 total hats, but now we got this big setup where they're going all in, which is incredible. So shout out to the tour. But we're like, if we're gonna do this, you got to really do it right. I think this is unbelievable. The Waste Management,
and
on
there's
the
a
side.
turquoise one which might be nicer.
Absolutely.
Turquoise is going to work well with me with the eyes. It
Oh,
always
with the
does.
Bahama blue.
Yeah, turquoise always works well. Yeah, yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we interrupt the program to let you know that the Brilliantly Dumb Show is brought to you by the fine folks over at SeatGeek. Download the SeatGeek app today. You cannot go wrong when you want to view live events the right way. Download the SeatGeek app. Look for the green dot to ensure that you're getting the best possible deal. And most importantly, use promo code BDShow 2025. That's BD Show 2025 to get 10% off your next set of tickets, new or returning customers. Download that SeatGeek app today. And again, that's going to be promo code BD Show 2025 to start viewing your live events today.
Well, listen, you guys are going to have a blast. I was happy that I experienced it last year. So I'm like, at least, I did experience it. And, hopefully next year we'll get out. But I got that. They're going to start reno on my kitchen. We're gutting our entire kitchen, which is going to be a nightmare with the kids. It's going to be an absolute nightmare. Like, my
Are
house
you
is
getting
just
marble?
what?
Are you getting marble?
That's
in the
your
kitchen?
question is what kind of stone am I
Well,
putting
listen,
in
the,
the
the
kitchen?
countertops. It's a huge thing.
I don't think we're going to do marble because the maintenance on marbles, I think we'll probably do like a quartz, I think is, or a granite or a quartz, I believe.
Do you partake in those decisions, Michael?
No.
Oh,
But
She's-
marble,
He's been
marble
trying.
is-
Holly's been asking me all these questions, but if you're a husband out there, I mean, Joe, you may know this as well. It's better just to swipe the card and just say, yeah, just you pick. You know what I mean? You
There's
pick it.
some
I don't
things that
care.
you're
I don't
just-
care
you're
about. I don't
just-
care about the kitchen. I don't.
There's
I
there's
would.
some things that you just I do like marble. I will say, but there's some things
Only the finest imported marble from Italy.
It's just nice, man. It's just
Oh, you're
nice.
not wrong, Joe. The precious stone is nice. It's beautiful. It's beautiful.
And it feels nice when you're doing things like if you're cleaning on a top that's marble, it's somewhat enjoyable because at least it looks good. But you're right, Mikey. There's some things like if Nicole's like, oh, we're doing this, like I need to get something for the house. I'm just like,
make the decision. You make the decision
like
because
she's gonna be using it more than me,
right?
anyways.
Exactly. She's gonna be. Listen, that's why I said Bob's like, I don't know if I agree with that with the kitchen decisions. The bottom line is my wife could cook her ass off, so I know that this new kitchen is going to this is going to propel her cooking game into the next stratosphere.
Not to unit shame, and this doesn't have to be your kitchen.
Oh.
No. But what do you think the average cost of renovation? It's like a college tuition.
A full kitchen
15,
reno with
20K?
appliances. A full kitchen reno. If you're ripping out everything, new cabinets, new flooring, appliances, all that. I mean, conservatively, if you're going
$20,000, probably
at least 30, at least 30. If you're going to do the whole shebang,
even the appliances cost a fortune now. The stove,
He's gonna have phone do it. You're gonna walk into the kitchen.
Yeah, that's right.
Whatever.
That's right. Listen, I gotta save a couple bucks where I can too, Bob. You know, I gotta
have to have what are those things that the leveler just to see if it
she's gonna have to cook on like a fucking crooked pot. But yeah, no, I'm excited to see how her game is gonna step up now with the new kitchen, bro. I mean, she was slinging in that kitchen. In my kitchen, the kitchen I have now is we bought the house. This house is from the 50s. And I mean, all these cabinets are like original cabinets, the appliances, we didn't change anything.
You know what's a big regret?
Appliances go a long way too.
A big regret is because we only get them so often. As last NFL Sunday that we all had together, we ended up catering in, and it really limited Holly from what Holly. Take it easy there, see. Take it easy. He's, you know what?
I know where he's going. I know where he's going. There's no need. Listen, there's no need. There's no need.
No, let's not.
There's no need. Let's not bite the hand that feeds.
The name is on my tongue.
I know. Come on, Joe. Come on, Joe.
Come on. All right. So we.
We
did. We fumbled the ball for football.
We did.
Oh,
and it's a shame because we know ball. We
did get one of the greatest photos I've ever seen in my life, though.
The couch photo,
the beanbag chair.
that wasn't a beanbag chair. That was just Perez laying on a recliner.
I was joking.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, it may have appeared to be a beanbag chair. That picture is something, though.
That was unbelievable. Mikey, did you see the Rory thing?
I did.
That took place. What's your thoughts on that? Pretty bad.
You know, I was under the impression, and you guys would know better than me. I was under the impression that Rory was one of these like real old school golf purist guy who probably wasn't a fan of YouTube golf to begin with. I could be totally off base of it. I thought that they had said maybe it was on the Netflix show, Full Swing. Maybe it was on Full Swing or something where like, you know, number one, how he came out originally against Liv made me feel like he was like very much a golf purist and didn't want to mess around. And then the YouTube stuff, I didn't know, like, I feel like he would be the kind of guy who wouldn't be into that at all. Just from what I've heard about him. Now I could be totally wrong. I don't know. That's like me. I don't know enough about it to talk about it, but I saw what happened. Obviously, I saw it. But you know what, Bob? They say any press is good press.
Yeah, that's true. It was the thing to me was like once I saw him, like I couldn't just drive by and not say my initial.
No.
But I thought, I mean, the first words out of my mouth were "thank you." Like I thought I showed the ultimate respect. I shouldn't have called them bro. That made me cringe. Bro came out and that was cringeworthy. But then Joe saw him the next day. Joe saw him at the golf course. Literally,
I saw him yesterday.
The next
I saw him.
How did that go?
I went to play with Biz Nasty from Spitting Chicklets. He's a Barstool hockey guy. Paul
I know.
He was the guy who I said that I wanted. I wanted to follow from Instagram. I ended up golfing with him yesterday. I golfed with him yesterday, and then my buddy Keith Yandel, who used to play with the Panthers, he's a member at the Grove. So he was like, "Come on out, we'll golf." So we're golfing. We had a great time. We go afterwards into like the clubhouse, into like the dining area. We're sitting down, and Rory's there.
Okay.
And I guess Biznasty did something with Rory for like one of these old matches because he works with TNT. So he calls him over and Rory comes by and like, I wasn't going to say anything at first, but then he comes and literally starts standing at our table. Like he's holding on to one of the chairs, chatting with us for like 5 minutes. So I said to him, I finally was like, I got to say something. So I was like, Rory, I got to tell you, like, I cracked up when you messaged my buddy Bob on Instagram saying, YouTube golf must be paying well these days. That's a nice Porsche.
That was a tough expose, Bob. That was a tough expose. It
So
sure
we all
was.
started laughing, and then he goes, it was funny because I didn't really know what was going on. He's like, you're ever at a place and you kind of feel like someone's watching you.
Oh, that's
I was like, you know what, Rory? I can't say that I've had that happen to me. I really don't. He goes, I just look out of the corner of my eye, and then this guy's got, asking me about YouTube golf and stuff. And, he's like, now the good part of this is
I won't shame you, Bob. I won't.
Rory said after.
See, I won't though. I won't.
No, but he said after. He's like after the video went out, I was getting messages and tags like crazy from all these people saying, how can you not know who Bob Just Sports are? And like all this stuff. And he's like, I looked into this stuff and it's actually really funny. It's how you just played with Xander and stuff. So of all of this, it actually created like Rory does know. He does know. And like, he actually couldn't have been a nicer guy. He was actually really, really chill. He talked to us for like 5-10 minutes. Now I wasn't going to be like, do you want to come on the show? Cause it's just not the place to double down and say something like that. But I know you would have, but Bob,
I would have too, Bob.
We're going to run into him at some point again, Bob. And now the fact that we're working with the tour, it's like we're going to have some kind of connection with him now because he's like one of the biggest ambassadors for the PGA Tour, and we're on the Creator Council, so like we're part of that now.
To hear the part of you ever feel like somebody's watching you, that is really tough, dude.
Yeah. Now, listen, there could be like a cultural saying barrier because, Rory is not from this country. There could be like some kind of it may not be interpreted as badly.
He wasn't throwing shade at Bob. He actually thought it was funny. I don't think it was a bad thing.
The comment itself was a trolling comment, but I did feel as though the comment was made in humorous, like,
correct.
I don't think he was being a dickbag about it at all.
Correct. And to be honest, I've never showed my car because I just think it's a tough look.
You don't want that. That's what I said. It's a tough expose to have Rory call you out on.
Yes.
That's why it's really.
Meanwhile, Rory was wearing the nicest piece he could have ever worn.
Was it a nice piece? What kind of a piece? Tell me about the piece. Tell me about it.
This thing was shimmering like the sun. It was the AP dog, and it was like gold. It was shimmering like the sun, dog.
Shimmering like his under hat.
Oh, look kind of like that shade, dog. By the way, he's got some swag. He's got a good
no, he does. I mean, he's in fantastic shape too, bro.
Mikey, show me the gold under there just for the story. Now take it down. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
All that glitters is gold.
When Joe told me that, like his comment back was amazing. And I showed Perez the video and he's like, I don't think that's going to get him on the channel. It'll get him way. I was like, no, in honesty, I actually think it'll get him on. It'll more likely to get him on.
We're closer now than we were ever before.
I mean, how could you not be? You've had direct interaction now. It's like, is he following you now, Bob? You get to follow?
No, but I did follow him and I'm eyeing it.
You know what I do like that Instagram does is like if you get a follow that's verified, like a big follow, it'll pop up at the top of your
top. Yeah. Yep.
So Bob will be able to easily see. I mean, he probably would have scoured it anyways, but it'll allow him now to see if that he gets that follow.
Funny, I really did go to Publix right after, and I'm on a huge soup kick, so I went right to the soup.
Oh, good.
Bar. Yeah, huge soup kick, and I was just.
But you're not eating soup by itself, though, Bob.
Well, I had a sub with it.
You have to. You have
What
to.
kind of what's the soup of choice these days? What are you leaning into?
This is gonna sound terrible. It's unbelievable. Publix does a turkey sausage lasagna soup.
Whoa.
That is just
I mean, that's a lot going on.
Is that the only one you're getting when you're going in?
Joe, I'm telling you right now.
I might have to try it now.
It's terrific. Joe's a huge soup guy, and I'm in on soup now.
I'm an advocate for soup. I'm an advocate for
love
soup. But the problem with soup is like it's never a standalone. Like you're never.
No, it can be if you do it with like a French roll. Like a nice buttered French roll.
You're talking about a big old baguette.
Oh, yeah, like the baguette, man.
Yeah, Yeah, but I mean,
Toasted?
okay, a loaf of bread, sure. Yeah.
But
Okay.
no,
Oh
Mike,
my
I
God.
know what you're saying. I do agree.
Like you go to Panera, they give you like a nice fucking ciabatta loaf
There's
with
that
your
Panera
soup.
plug.
But you know what's nice about soup, because I do eye the calories now. Like
Oh, it's better.
the good thing with soup, like even like a creamy broccoli cheddar soup is pretty
It's my
low
favorite.
on can I fucking finish, Joe?
I'm sorry, I'm passionate about soup.
Is God damn it. It's
He's
low.
the soup Nazi. Joe's the soup Nazi.
It's low. It's very low on calories. That's all I gotta say. But it is. It's the calories wise is not bad at all. But I'm over this soup and I'm just like shaking my head like, man, that was so fucking bad.
You know where soup could get you with the sodium. That's where the soup could get you is with the sodium.
Is that
But
so?
other than
Depends on
that,
what soup. If you do like a chicken gumbo or chicken noodle soup, there's like no salt in that at all.
Yeah, chicken noodles very good for you. I'll tell you
It's
what
good
else
for
is
the
good
soul
you.
too, Bob.
Making sure that you have some good sunnies, some damn good sunglasses, stylish sunnies starting at only $25 a pair, pretty much the price of a bowl of soup. Gooder. Gooder has unbelievable sunglasses. If you need a new pair of sunnies, Gooder, that's Goodr, is giving the Brilliantly Dumb Show listeners free shipping. You can go to gooder.com/dumb and use code dumb for free shipping. Gooder offers a 30-day money-back guarantee and 100% satisfaction. Again, that's gooder.com/dumb and use code dumb for free shipping. No slip, no bounce, 100% polarized. Gooder, you cannot go wrong if you are in the market for some good sunnies. Moving right along here. Yeah, tough scene there with Rory. Unbelievable clap back. Really solid stuff. But yeah, when he just said good, like when he just said no, I was like, you ever heard about search? And he said no. Where do you go from there?
Well, you put yourself in a situation where like there was either he was going to say yes, or if he didn't, like he didn't really have any out.
Yeah.
So like you kind of body bagged yourself by asking. I understand why you did, but like what's he supposed to say? Is he supposed to lie and say like yes if he didn't?
No, I don't blame him. I don't think he did anything wrong. And then later in the video cuts off right after I say, oh, but he does show a lot of like he puts it together what I do and is very.
Bob finishes by saying, "Thank you for all you've done for YouTube golf." The guy plays on the tour. He showed up in one video. Like it'd be like saying to Michael Jordan, "Thanks all you've done for basketball cards or something." It's like, yo, he's a.
To be honest, my two worst interactions now, celebrity interactions, will be Rory and then Michael B. Jordan story that I told you.
Oh, yeah.
Do you have any bad ones, Mikey, besides calling Mercedes Lewis Mike Williams?
Yeah, that was calling Mercedes Lewis Clemson Mike was
Good thing you weren't wearing that
really,
hat when you said it.
Yeah.
That
was
really
tough.
just bodied you.
Clemson Mike. Yeah, that was really tough, bro. That was really tough. No, honestly, and
what do you say if someone calls you like by the wrong persona? Like you just gotta wear it.
Yeah, I don't know if he heard me. I mean, I guess he did. I don't know. I don't know. He was a gentleman, though. He was a gentleman. Nice guy.
When
did
that happen?
People are calling me Fat Perez.
Oh yeah. but anything after that, Mikey or Joe?
Yeah, you just don't know what to say. It's just a really tough place to be.
Yeah, no, I'm trying to think. No, not really. Not really.
My dad has one where he went up to Bruce Springsteen because when him and my mom were first dating, and she was like a huge Bruce fan. So like it was like one of their first dates, and he went over to the table. And he made a fool of him, and then he like tripped on the stairs leaving after he said, yeah.
Oh, I do have one. I was at my brother's bachelor party in Atlantic City, and we were getting into a limo to go to dinner after we had been at Harrah's pool all day. We had a cabana, and James Gandolfini was still alive at the time. And James Gandolfini was getting into like a big Lincoln Navigator or something next to it. I was already in the limo, it was like a Sprinter van limo, like one of those like buses or whatever.
Tony Soprano.
Tony Soprano. So I'm already in the limo. I have no idea this is going on outside, but apparently my brother Joe and my brother Jason, who are both bald like myself, they go up to Gandolfini before he gets in the car and they go, Tony, take a picture with the Uncle Fester brothers, because they're both bald. So they called themselves Uncle Fester from the Addams Family. And he just goes, no. And he just gets in his car and just fucking stonewalls him. Now Gandolfini was known to be a fucking maniac when it came to the press and media. So he just stonewalled him. My brother Jason was fucking livid. He was so fucking, he walked in the limo. He goes, this motherfucker, blah, blah, blah. And then, obviously, rest in peace, Gandolfini died a couple years later. But that was the one story of a celebrity that just completely shit all over. Not me directly, but my brother. So basically, my family, which was tough.
There's a caddy that I was just playing with, and he told me a story about a guy he was playing at a club in LA, and Joe Pesci club that Joe Pesci goes to, and he used to caddy for Joe Pesci all the time, like he was his caddy. So he's playing with Pesci. They get off the course, and this guy comes over to Pesci, and he's got a cup of water in his hands, and he goes, Joe, like, I'm a big fan. He said, I'm a guinea just like you.
Oh boy.
And he takes the guy's water and he throws it in the guy's face, and he leans into him and he just goes, I'm not a fucking guinea, and then walks away.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean,
is guinea bad? I don't even.
Yeah. It's like
it's like the most derogatory slur you could call
for an
it.
Italian.
But I mean, like, it's like,
WAP is bad too.
Well, here's the WAP is pretty bad, but like,
technically
I'm
means
Italian.
without
If another Italian person called me a guinea, I wouldn't necessarily be offended by it. And if I called another Italian person a guinea, but I don't know, I haven't used that word in a very, very long time. But I don't see anything wrong like with an Italian calling another Italian. I guess Pesci just probably. I don't know how he was, like, what his reputation was with fans and interactions.
But I heard another story about him, Bob, where he was like being an asshole to the guy all day.
Is that
and then
right?
they got into the bar and he was like, I'm just breaking balls, and like started laughing about it. And they had a great time. But he was like making the guy feel like he was on edge. He likes to kind of play with people's emotions.
I feel like when you're at the level of like, well, Gandolfini, like the level he was at that point when Sopranos had basically peaked, Joe Pesci coming off of all those Scorsese movies in his career, De Niro, Pacino, same thing, like DiCaprio. If you're that level of a celebrity, it has to become so like, even if you're a nice person, you can't go anywhere or do anything. I mean, you can't do anything out in public without getting accosted.
Wow.
It's almost impossible, I would imagine. So it's got to be like, if you're having a bad day, because I mean, we're all human. Everybody has a bad day where you're on edge a little bit. It's got to be really tough to keep it together every single time you interact with somebody. So I don't know.
Another good one, Bob, is when your dad called Kenny Pickett Joe Burrow.
Oh, that's great. That's a great one. That's actually great.
And Kenny's just like, he's like, yo, Joe Burrow over here. And remember, Bob's like, Dad, that's Kenny Pickett. It's not Joe Burrow.
Yeah, well, he came back to the seats and he's like, you're never gonna believe it. He's like, Joe Burrow's a Jackal fan. And then right as he said that, Kenny Pickett DMs me and he goes, yo, bro, just met your dad.
Yeah. You probably, when he told you, Bob, that Joe Burrow was a Jackal guy, you had to be over the moon.
I knew something was wrong.
You did? You didn't believe it?
No, I didn't.
Okay.
I knew something wrong because the Pickett then message came in. And by the way, Pickett's a dear friend of the program, and Pickett loves his stuff. So my dad felt so bad about it. But then for some reason, every UFC fight, Pickett would be there and we would be there. So we'd always go over to him. We'd laugh. And my dad would always fuck it up. Like the last time we saw him when we were with you, Mikey.
I was going to say he was at that one, wasn't he?
Yeah, my dad went up to him. He's like, I got to tell you, man. He's like,
I remember
he goes, I'm really rooting for you to beat out that Justin Fields. I really would like to see it. And he's like, Mike, I'm with the Eagles now. It's Jalen Hurts. And my dad's like, I just can't get it right.
I remember that too. That was bad too.
Remember then we were walking out of the tunnel, and then my dad was like freaking out. He's like, I can't get it right.
Yeah.
It was unbelievable. All right, I think it's a beautiful time to head on into our buy or sell of the week. And everybody would like to know, what did Joey D see that he liked? What did he see that he did not like? This is buy or sell, the Joseph DeMar segment.
I'm selling this week, Mikey. I couldn't agree with you more. We talked about this, I think, a little while ago. One of the worst movies I've seen, and it just brings to the fact that just sequels should not, they shouldn't even try. This Gladiator 2 movie was one of the worst movie attempts at a sequel that I have ever seen in my life. We talked about it. By the way, you talked about the sharks looking AI. They had like little floating islands with palm trees that look like cartoons. Do you remember that?
How about those baboons? Those like vicious.
I kind of like the baboons. But that being said,
but didn't they look ridiculous though?
Yeah. They sure did. But it was just from start to finish, it was terrible. And I was so jacked up to see it. And I was like, maybe Mikey was just overreacting a little bit and just, didn't like it. It was awful. And it just brings to mind the fact that, we talked about in the past, sequels, I don't know why they never get them right. I don't know if it's like they're overthinking it or they're just like maybe a different director. I have no idea, but this movie was so clearly just not even in the same stratosphere as the original Gladiator. And it made me think, like, really, there's in the history of time, there's really been very, very few sequels.
There's a handful. Godfather 2, Terminator 2,
Star
Aliens,
Wars.
Yeah, Empire Strikes Back. I mean, but outside of that, I mean, it's slim pickings.
I'm surprised that you
really
ended up watching Joker, because like for me, if I have a bad, like once you guys said Joker 2 was as bad as it was,
I hadn't seen that, and that's what I was gonna say. I just watched that last night. What a steaming pile of shit that movie.
It's a musical and it's awful.
They gotta know, like whether it's while they're making it or when they go to watch it, they gotta know we fucked up and then it's too late. You know what I mean? I would love to ask an actor that if in bad movies, do you know this is?
But I think we're part of the problem because it's like we continue to go. These movies are still grossing tons of money. And I think you just want to go with the anticipation that it's going to be like the one-off that is actually like really good. And it's like you almost have no choice to, because some of the movies they do these sequels for are such classics that you have to go.
You watched Dune, right? You watched the second
Dune 2 was good. Yeah,
Dune 2 was
really
good.
That was an absolute snooze fest. I tried watching that. Oh my God.
Bob, you didn't like the first one?
Oh, we get it. You're in a desert. It's what a disaster.
By the way, I think some of the actors do say something though, because Michael Caine, who was obviously he was incredible in all the Christopher Nolan Batmans and all that. I mean,
Michael Keaton.
No, not Keaton. Michael Caine, the old guy who played
Alfred.
Yeah. I mean, he's a tremendous actor. He's been in a bunch of stuff. He was in like the last Jaws movie that they made, which is like one of the worst movies that's ever been made, Jaws the Revenge. And he came out and said like, this was the worst decision in my acting career, was to be in this piece of shit movie. So I feel like sometimes they do tell it like it is.
Batman Returns, by the way, was one of the better sequels. The one with the Penguin. With DeVito the Penguin, and then Michelle Pfeiffer as Catwoman.
One of Bob's nemesis, DeVito.
Oh, that's unwarranted.
No, I tipped the cap. He's got me beat. I mean, he's got me.
Bob just wants to know what he's got that he doesn't.
Now, I have a question for you, Bob. If Jimmy John's turned around and offered you the bag, would you go to Jimmy John's?
Faster than you could blink. Yeah. 100%. I'll sell.
What a sellout.
I'll sell right out, dude. I'll sell. One of these days, I'd love to go through our top 3 sellout posts we've ever had. And that would be a lot of fun, because I know Mikey's.
What?
One of my favorite.
The soccer one, Bob? The soccer one?
Footy investments.
Oh, footy investments. Yeah. Those were dark times, Bob. What do you want from me?
Footy investments. The number one name, would you think?
That was like, I'll never forget though. This fucking psycho. He texts me.
Mine's got to be Flakes.
When Bob texts me, I know something's going on. He texts me and he goes, Mikey, we got a problem. I'm like, what? And I'm like, what? He's like, I saw this video, this footy investments promo that you did. That's going to be a problem with DraftKings, Mikey. I go, Bob, did you happen to look at the timestamp of this video? I go, it's from 2020. It was like peak COVID. He's like, yeah, hand up on that. This is a great video, though. What content? What a what a sellout you are. He goes, I'm like, bro, yeah, well, the deals weren't flowing in 2020, Bob. It was dark.
Oh, now they're flowing like wine.
Whoa.
I mean, I don't know if I'd say that, but I don't know if I'd say that.
Almost like that burgundy hoodie you're wearing there, Michael.
Yeah, breezy.
You know why I felt bad, Mikey, is because like you know better than that. Like for me to not like I know that you know better than that. Correct. And so I felt bad about that because it was like obviously he knows. Correct. Now Gutsy, there used to be a deal back in the day where Gutsy, and it would drive me fucking nuts. And he pushed me to my limit with it. When we used to be with Prize Picks, we had a promo code.
The
boys.
Bet with the boys.
And then Joe would go promote this Bet with the Boys account. And I would say, Joe, you gotta do me a favor. You can't do it. Oh, my bad, Bob. And then he would go and he would do it again. And he would keep doing it. And it would drive me.
No, but then he would be like, I don't see what's the same thing, Bob. I don't understand what the same thing is. And we're like, bro, it's the same exact thing. It's almost literally word for word.
It would drive me nuts.
Because we put like Prize Picks is what we were with. It was just that promo code that made things a little discreet there.
But looking back on it, you do see why it was a conflict of interest.
Oh, sure. Yeah, no, sure. But he was crushing it. He really was.
Okay. All right.
So,
yeah. I mean, these were before the days of the only subs. These were dark times.
Sure was.
Can I say, Joe, as a gambling advisor who ended up being this, can I say it or no?
What do you just spit it out? What are you trying to say?
Joe has a gambling advisor, this guy that puts in bets for him. The funniest thing, and it's the Bet with the Boys guy, and that he puts on DraftKings, but Joe will, if the guy's not betting well, Joe will like text him and chew him out, and he'll be like, "We need to pick this shit up." Like, it really, like
the worst thing you could do to a handicapper is shit like that.
But you see that,
like he knows,
like,
but that guy knows like 100% that he's running like shit. So like you telling him he's running like shit is only gonna make him feel worse.
Michael, have you ever heard of a performance review? If you do a bad job at your work,
no, you're right. You're right. It
doesn't get swept under the rug.
But that's why, as a handicapper, if you're going bad, you need to come right out and say, "Look, I know what's happening here. It's bad. We have to fix things. This
was also in the past. This is not like an ongoing.
This is not the Joey D of today.
No,
this is the Joey D of the past.
But,
so Bob,
but
shame on you, really, for saying that.
You reamed him out the other day.
Is that right?
No, it was not. No, it was not the same. It was not the same thing. I used to go in on him hard. This was like a year, 2 years ago. I would really lean into him. Now it's just like he'll send me like a kind of a screenshot of what his plays are, and I'll just pick and choose what I put in.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
But then it's on me because there's times where he'll be like, I gave you the whole slate. You picked 2 games and they lost. And you
the other 4-1.
Right, I went 5-2 and you picked the 2. I have bad luck with stuff like that. That's why I don't bet a lot now. I'll put in much smaller units than I used to, Mikey. A year or 2 ago.
Yeah, but Joe, I wouldn't say that you bet. I mean, you bet on everything, left and right.
Yeah, but not the unit size is not what I used to.
Okay. He ain't throwing in those Codfather bets. The Codfather bets were those big old whoppers, dude.
I had a problem, Bob. And by the way, we're not
those lunkers.
I had a serious problem. We can't laugh at it because there's a lot of people who suffer with problems like that too.
Right.
And gambling is an addiction that
is not a laughing matter at all.
No.
Call 1-800.
I had to get 3 jobs to pay off what I was doing there. That was a dark time for me.
But you did it like a man.
Yeah, and you know what? I held my head in pride after I did because I took the right way out. I fucking put my fucking head down, plow through it. Well, there's another gentleman who's got skyscraper units that I'm beginning to worry about.
Whoa.
This guy?
No, not on this call. There's another guy.
Skyscrapers, but just guaranteed.
I'm not talking about you, Bob. I'm talking about the one known as Binyamin.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It's horrifying.
What is he doing, man?
Mikey, there's no stopping. Try. There's no stopping.
I mean, he's just
What a
when the going is good,
but that's in every gambler's case. When the going is good, the going's great.
I want people to listen, like to know, like we joke around and stuff about it, but it is a serious situation for a lot of people that it can easily get away from you. And Mikey, you say it the best. You should never bet what you can't afford to pay up.
That's correct. You know what? And thinking about your life and how you got to secure and hold things down. It's a good time to let me remind the listeners that the Brilliant and Dumb Show is also brought to you by our good friends over at Oxford. Okay. There are many things in life we just never get around to. Taking up that hobby, cleaning out the garage, little things that don't really make huge differences in our lives. Yet there's one thing that most of us have probably been neglecting that can take and have a huge impact on our family's future, and it's life insurance. And with Select Quote, getting covered with the right policy for you is easier and more affordable than you may think. Listen, Select Quote is one of America's leading insurance brokers with nearly 40 years of experience, helping over 2 million customers find over $700 billion in coverage since 1985. Okay, life insurance, I know I got it. It's important. Select Quote from Oxford. So get the right life insurance for you for less at selectquote.com/dumb. Go to selectquote.com/dumb today to get started. That's selectquote.com/dumb.
Awesome job, Michael. Awesome job. Okay, moving along in the buy or sell segment. Joey D with the sell. I'm going to buy. Mikey, I told you this buy was coming. Mikey put up on his story the other day.
Man.
I wanted to.
You fuck.
But Mikey, I called my shot. I told you I was going to take this.
Yeah.
What's this?
It wasn't the other day, by the way. It was last night.
Yeah.
It was last night.
Yeah, it was.
What did he do?
Bro,
you'll see. It's a great buy.
Mikey put up on his story, Eggo Waffle is coming out with an ice cream, Joe.
Oh, man. And waffle ice cream sandwiches.
Oh, I saw that.
Bro,
I saw you went nuts.
The branding of this looks... Mikey, can you show them? Do you still have it on your story?
Do I still have it, Bob?
Yeah. Look at that, Peter. Oh,
yeah, but sometimes you got to try it. It might not be as good as advertised.
I don't know, bro. Blueberry Eggo waffle ice cream. You could fucking sign. You know me, Joe. I'm a blueberry guy. You could sign me up for that every day.
The last thing that I had been really excited about that I thought I loved, and then he had it more, and it's not that good. Something that I thought was a no-brainer home run was the Kit Kat cereal. Looked amazing, and then I had it, and it wasn't. They missed the mark. But that Eggo, I don't see a world where that doesn't hit, dude. Those waffle ice cream sandwiches.
Yeah. They got the maple. I think the 3 flavors that
you want to talk about something too. Post Malone did something with Oreo. Look at this. It's salted caramel and shortbread.
I sold that months, maybe years ago. I don't believe in all the Oreo variations. I think
tried it, Mikey?
I don't want to try it. I just think they're crazy with the Oreo variations. Just stick to the double stuff of the original.
Try it, Mikey. You can't look how good those look.
I mean, listen, back to the Eggo. Chocolatey chip, buttery maple, and blueberry flavor, Joe. Blueberry flavor's got to hit with the sandwich option for each. So they sell the waffle sandwich ice creams.
The sandwich.
Joe, look at that waffle sandwiches, Joe.
The blueberry, I don't know.
I'm a blueberry guy, so that's going to be my first try.
That's the first one.
You got that coming out, and then you have the Frost
Wendy's.
That was made for you. It was our girl. That's
when does that come out?
February.
Dude, I have this sick McDonald's hat that I always want to wear. They sent it to me that said "Have a fish fillet," and I can't wear it just out of my dedication to Wendy. I can't do it.
No.
I
was going to say, we need to, the last infinity stone of sponsors is I really would like an ice cream brand to get on board with us. I really would. Like a Haagen-Dazs.
Been asking for this for years.
I would love when he got the,
the Klondike? Remember he did the
Klondike. Klondike took care of me for a little while.
Fucking chest of Klondikes.
You know what, Joe? I forgot all about Klondike. Maybe
where did they
circle back. I don't know. I don't know.
All right, let's go to Mikey V. Buy or sell.
Well, Bob took my buy, man, but I'll buy something else. Obviously, I'm going to buy experiencing. If your team in any major sport makes it to the championship game, I'm buying the experience, bro. Go. If you could go. I'm telling you, I've never experienced it. I went to the World Series game, but baseball, obviously a little different because there's so many games. It's like, unless you go to a game 7 where you know it has to end one way or another, a clinching game, and then you're still taking a gamble if you're going to a game 4 or 5 or 6. But to go to one of my football team's championship game, the Bears played back in the Super Bowl back in 06. Obviously I was too young, didn't go. But the championship game atmosphere and experience was unbelievable. I mean, it was from soup to nuts. The whole town, the whole city of Atlanta was just, you walk outside, it's just all Ohio State people, Notre Dame people walking all around. The bars are packed from first thing in the morning until at night. Just an incredible atmosphere and experience. Also want to give a shout out to listen to this, Bob, who hits me up this week. The starting right tackle for Ohio State is a big Brilliantly Dumb Show listener, Josh Fryer, and apparently the O-line boys, the Hogs. They're big Brilliantly Dumb Show guys.
No way.
That's big. That's
big. Awesome.
From Ohio State?
It was. So shout out. Yeah, Josh Fryer,
By
starting
the way,
right tackle. Yep.
I got a text from young Jamie, Joe Rogan's producer, and he sends me a video. I knew he's at the national championship.
Mikey dapping up every band member on the fucking squad?
Yeah, the best damn band in the land, Joseph.
I have never seen a guy get so jazzed up about a band squad in my life.
They're the best damn band in the land, Joe. Ball knowers know.
Ball knowers know. But I get a message from young Jamie, and I see he's at the game. And you just see like a crowd, and he slowly zooms the video in, and as he gets closer and closer, there's Mikey just in the shuffle. I knew young Jamie was a friend of the program. I didn't know he listens to the Brilliantly Dumb Show.
He's been following me for a while, young Jamie.
Yeah,
he DM'd me because he DM'd me, and he's like, I see you, and I'm like, what the fuck? I'm
no
like,
shit.
all right. So I'm looking around, and then I see him, and he waved, and that was the end of it. But.
Oh, you guys get to grab a drink or anything?
Here's the thing: is that he was in a seat, and I also purchased a seat close to that section in the lower bowl, but I was able to make my way down to the field. So I stood on the field behind the Ohio State bench the entire game.
What kind of strings do you have to pull to get that one?
I saw a couple of our friends out there, Joe. I saw Ryan Clark was out there. I had dinner with Urlacher the night before with his wife and a couple of his buddies.
Did you see
which was
Ryan Clark?
Incredible. I did.
He remembered?
Yeah, dapped me up. Yep.
It had to be an experience, man.
It's great.
It was cool. Saw Jake Butt, the former Michigan tight end.
Jake Butt.
Greg McElroy.
Tough name, man.
Greg McElroy, the quarterback from Bama.
Friend of Rory's? I know Greg McElroy.
I didn't make the last name connection.
Well, I got to talk about experiences. You want to talk experiences? Let's talk about the real experience. And that is Factor, who has chef-made gourmet meals that make eating easy. They're dietitian approved, ready to eat in 2 minutes, Bob. 2 minutes. That means even you can cook one of these things. So you can feel right and feel great no matter what life throws at you. Factor arrives fresh and fully prepared, perfect for any active, busy lifestyle. Also for you, Bob. Lose up to 8 pounds in 8 weeks with Factor keto meals. For me, Bob. And I'll tell you what, if you eat smart with Factor, you get started at factormeals.com/dumb50 off and use the code dumb50 off to get 50% off your first box plus free shipping. That's code dumb50 off at factormeals.com/dumb50 off to get 50% off. Well, I mean, that's an experience that you're going to want to have through and through, whether you're sitting at the national championship or not. You're doing it with Factor.
Nice, D. Very, very nice.
I'm going to need Factor to come through for me, man, because the kitchen's going to be completely shut down for like 3 weeks.
Yeah,
I'm going to need them.
They got you.
You should hit them up.
They got
Dumb 50 off. Dumb 50 off.
Yeah. I mean, you have it right there.
Yeah, I mean.
Shout out to folks over at Factor. Got some nice brand deals in here on the Brilliantly Dumb Show, man.
Yeah.
How about that Hims one Mikey had last week?
Yeah, how about that one?
Yeah.
How about that one? As soon as Bob sent me that ad read, I was like, this motherfucker, bro.
Yeah, I knew what I was doing.
Yeah, of course you did.
Yeah, so good stuff. Shout out the Buckeyes O-line.
Yeah, bro. That was cool, man. That was cool.
That is cool.
And then he goes, listen, me and you against Bob and Joe, 2v2 golf. I go, dude, I go, you'd have to carry us. I go, I can't even hit the ball. I go, I'm fucking horrible. He's like, I'll carry us. He's a 7 handicap, this guy.
Oh, that'll get it done. Yeah.
He probably hits the ball a mile. He's like 6'8", 320. He probably hits the ball a fucking mile.
By the way, that's a good message. That's friend of the program. But you get some DMs. The DMs that just to me are just like the dumbest thing. Or be like, Bob, me and you 1-on-1 out in Texas. Come to my club. I can beat that ass. And I'm like, yeah, dude, you can. Like, you would absolutely.
There's some that are even worse, Bob. What about the ones where people are just like, I just wanted to let you know why I should formally put in my nomination to be the 4th member of Bob Does Sports. I'm a bogey golfer, but I bring the vibe.
Well, those are okay. It's the one that like they like challenge me, like, Bob, I could work you, and I'm like, yeah, dude, you probably could. There's a guy who put out a video. This guy put out a video from like last year at the PGA show. He's like calling out Bobby Fairways for a 1v1 match, and he walks up to me. He's like, Bob, you ready for a match? I'm like, what? And he's like,
is it on my calendar?
Beat your ass. I'm just like, yeah, you will. You will
Bob and I have a terrible record at our money games, and we got another one coming tomorrow, which we'll probably lose again.
You know
but
what, though?
They're just so much fun.
What time are you guys playing tomorrow?
8:30 in the morning.
Oh, that's good. You got to get home for the games.
Yeah, for sure. But that's
the Bills,
by the way.
Oh, don't do that, Joe.
I think that you got to hedge, Mike.
Hedge now. Hedge.
I'm gonna hedge a little bit, but I'm not hedging all the way, guys.
Are you serious?
I think it's Josh's
year,
man.
All the way, man. I'm not gonna do that. You know, I'm not
gonna. Now's the time to hedge. Like, you got a kitchen you got to pay for.
I'm gonna hedge. I'm gonna hedge a little bit, but I mean, like, you know, not gonna hedge all the way.
My favorite thing is Holly is when I asked about that gift, she's like, she's like, we have a kitchen renovation. Just promise you'll keep the Brilliant Dumb show going. Yeah.
There you go.
There you go.
She'd be asking Mikey to hedge.
Yeah.
No, she knows the full situation. She saw the cash out option. She knows what I'm doing.
So the cash out option did come.
Bob, you didn't see it?
It's a baguette. I thought you said they didn't give you the cash out option.
It's a baguette, Bob.
Do you mind going units?
14.
14.17.
Compared
to the 50?
57.
Yeah, it's not great.
It's not.
But if you get through this game, then it's going to.
And listen, I'm not saying that. Like, I'm not saying that. I don't want people to get the wrong idea. Like, listen, but I mean, this is a
to win 57.
Champion. Yeah, right.
Yeah,
this would be the greatest hit you've ever had in your entire
life
by
miles. It would be the biggest win of my life.
But that's why you got to hedge, because if you get through this game, Mikey, then you're golden no matter what.
If I get through this game. But I'm not golden no matter what, because to truly hedge this game, what am I going to put 20 on the Bills?
The cash out will be like 30 something.
Well, hopefully, if they play the Eagles, it may not be. There's so many variables to it. That's why I'm gonna bet the Bills straight up money line. I'm gonna bet the Bills. I'm gonna put a decent chunk of change on the Buffalo Bills tomorrow, but not enough where if the Chiefs do win, I'll be able to make
I want you to win so bad, but I also want Josh so badly to win a Super Bowl. It's a really tough spot for us, Mikey, which is like,
all right, listen.
I want you to win ultimately, and I think you got a good shot.
Listen, the bet was a fun bet. I never thought this bet would ever be alive ever at this point. Ever.
It was Dodgers World Series, Ohio State national title, and Chiefs Super Bowl,
right? And I put it in May, the first week of May of last year. I put it in, so like I forgot about it. I honestly forgot about
on DraftKings, or you
on DraftKings. Of course, our friends at DraftKings. Of course, our friends
put it on DraftKings.
Right. So DraftKings. And May 9th, I put it in, and I had forgotten all about it.
$400 too. It's not like you put in a huge. I mean, like that's wild.
That cash out option is weak. I thought they would give a little more than that.
You know why they're not, Bob? Because this game is basically it's 1.5. I'm looking at DraftKings right now. It's still 1.5. Bills are even money on the money line, basically plus 105. They're not going to get, if they were playing, let's say, if they were playing the Texans, right, and they had that 8-point spread, I mean, this would be, they'd probably offer like 25 or 24.
Right.
But this might be the Super Bowl, this game.
Very well could be.
Yeah.
Very well could be. Because they're going to be favored by more than a field goal against the Commanders if the Commanders beat the Eagles. They'll be favored by 4 or 5.
I cannot see Sirianni win the championship. I want Saquon for friend of the program, so pulling for Saquon heavy, but It's a weird thing, man. I want Josh. I want Saquon, but I don't want Sirianni. It's a whole.
Originally I thought the Commanders. That's the vibe I felt at the beginning of the week, and now the more as the week goes on, I really think the Eagles are going to win and cover.
They're
really
going to cover the spread too. Everybody and their mother's going to be on the Commanders.
I agree, Joe. I agree with you 100%. I agree with you 100%.
Yeah.
And you know what? They're playing at home. That's tough.
Well, the Commanders can't stop the run. That's my old. They're 27th in the league against the run.
Plus, the Eagles have been doing this without Jalen Hurts even throwing the ball. Like if he has one good game,
that's going to be a key too. How fucked up is that knee? But well, I don't know. We'll see. By the time this episode comes out, it'll be. Can we
do a ridership on a separate thing so we can?
Oh yeah.
A couch game.
You take Purdue last night, the basketball play?
I missed it. And they won by like 20 something.
Dude, it was a laugher. They were up 20.
It was the game, the whole game. It wasn't even close. Wild. I looked, I was like, oh my God, I missed this.
All right. Let's roll right on into our top 5. This is gonna be a fun top 5. I'm gonna enjoy watching Mikey get into this top 5.
I'm gonna embarrass myself. So
well, because you don't really. This isn't your. This is like that's me correct. Doing movies. Like this is just different.
Yes.
So, I'd like to know how you came about your top 5, what you looked up. I would be interested in. But this is going to be top 5 YouTube golfers. We're not talking entertainment. We are talking solely skill.
No, that's not what we did. Skill. We just said top 5 YouTube golfers. It wasn't based on skill. It's your favorite YouTube golfers.
It's gotta be skill. It's gonna get weird. That's gonna get really weird.
No. I think you do your favorite top 5.
No, Joe.
And by the way, it'll make it easier for Mikey if you do just top 5. Like the favorite.
No, I mean, listen, guys, listen, we could do skill. I don't care.
I think you do top 5 favorites. Yes. Mikey, you're the deciding factor here. What do you think?
I'll be honest. I made my list just off of the top 5, the top 5 YouTube golfers that I just know of. And
that's what I thought too. It's not based on skill.
I didn't do it, Bob. I didn't do it based on like who I thought was actually the best.
I don't think you do skill.
I kind of did it off of like who I think is like the biggest and brightest in the game right now. That's kind of what I did.
Like guys that you resonate with. Like guys.
Yeah. Yes, that's right.
Skill level.
All right. This changes a lot. Okay. All right. I won the list last week. I'll go third.
All right, I'll go one.
I wanted D-Man to go 1 so bad. All right, Mikey. So top 5 favorite YouTube golfers.
Yeah.
All right.
What? I don't know why we would do skill. It's like you don't go top 5 golfers who are the best. It's like my favorite top 5 golfers.
Top 5 golf. I mean, they have the creator class. I think top 5 skilled golfers would have been perfect.
I mean, listen, I think my number 1 may be the most skilled.
Wow.
He may be because I see him everywhere. This kid, I see him everywhere.
Oh, I know.
He's going Grant.
He follows me. I met him a couple times. Nice kid.
Grant.
Yeah.
When'd you meet Grant?
At Chicago Breezy, I think.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Okay,
nice
so Mikey takes Grant.
Am I number 2?
Yeah.
Is that a good pick, Bob? I feel like that's a great
clear cut number 1.
Okay, all right.
Oh, I know who I'm going with. I'm going with the guy who's captured the hearts of millions of people around America from start to finish. Give me Bobby Fairways. The one, the only, the heartthrob of America, Bobby Fairways.
I like it.
Okay, now, Bob, you got 2 picks in a row now.
Yeah, that's big.
That's huge.
All right, give me Joey Cold Cuts and Fat Perez. Give me Joey Cold Cuts.
I was. By the way, Bob's gonna win now just because of those 2 picks.
I was 100% gonna take Perez on the wrapper.
Oh my God! It just ended it now, man.
It changes everything.
It really does.
It makes it fun. All right, I'm gonna go with Bryson DeChambeau as my next one.
You know what? That's a great pick.
Because
Yeah, I
he's
wasn't
a guy
sure if that
is
was like because
celebrated by everybody.
he's a tour player. I wasn't sure that he's like he's considered a well, I guess the 50,
Yeah,
the
He's
50
crushing
thing,
it,
yeah,
man.
50 or whatever.
I'm approving. I think it's a great
Okay.
pick.
I got two. I'm gonna take that guy Eric Lottery, right?
Oh yeah, OG Lot.
OG Lot.
OG Lot. Yeah. He entertains me. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He hit one down
That's
the
a good
hey.
Yeah. That guy. Yeah. I think he's good. That guy. Yeah.
Do it
That's
again.
now that's a pipeline down the.
Yeah. I mean, I guess that's him. And then I'm gonna go with Rick Shields. I'm gonna go with Rick Shields.
Really good,
great
Mikey.
one.
Really
Mikey,
good.
you're hanging in there, dog.
All right.
Really good. Okay, hold on here. Let me see. Let me go to my little list here. All right, I'm gonna go with my next one. Paige Sporanic is my next one.
Good.
I'm assembling like an Avengers list here.
Bobby
Fairways,
Yeah,
Bryson, and Paige Sporanic.
That's gonna be tough to beat. It's gonna be tough to beat.
Bob, you got it back to back.
Okay.
Now.
Give me spitting chiclets.
Well, which one? You're doing Biz?
Yeah, give me Biz.
Okay.
Give me Biz and then give me Wesley Bryan.
Okay, that's good. All right, here we go. I'm gonna go with the guy who's loved by a lot of people. I'm gonna go with Trent Ryan.
It's a good pick.
I think he's just he's a common guy. Everybody can celebrate. Just a good dude. Give me Trent Ryan.
It's a great pick.
I'm gonna take this guy that Barstool just signed. This Barstool Beef. Have you seen this guy?
Yeah.
Hello,
tremendous.
Cody Frankie had professional hair.
Yeah. That guy. Exactly. Yeah.
Cutsy's been on Beef for a while.
Is that right?
Oh, before they even got him, he would send us videos.
So
Good guy.
Barstool Beef, right?
I love
Barstool Beef,
Mikey.
yeah.
Watching Mikey do this is just great. And then you get another one, Mikey.
Yeah,
one more, Mikey.
I know. I'll take Roger Steele.
Okay, good.
Yeah,
Roger Steele.
friend of the program.
Okay, who am I gonna take here? I gotta take a guy that I really like, and I don't know, man. This is like a huge pick here for me. I'm in between two. I'm gonna take Mason Nutt because he's our guy. He's a great dude.
That's our boy. Never far from
And
home,
you know what?
baby.
Is that the big kid?
Yeah,
he's like
Busted Jack,
6'7".
He's got tree trunks for calves.
Met him, big boy. Yeah, big boy.
I was texting him last night.
He's a great guy.
Of the wittiest, funniest. Mike, if you think our speed, like us sitting in the living room at an Airbnb all together at NASCAR, that I could put some person on the couch and would be right with, that would be my pick. Yeah,
he's a great dude, man.
He really is. Solid guy, funny as shit. I give me Garrett Clark at 5.
That's a great last pick.
Yeah,
I feel really good about that.
I came very close to picking but I didn't know if he's really in the space, but he dabbles a lot. Is Jerry Don?
Oh, you could have done the Don.
He dabbles. He's not
fully immersed yet.
Right. When he is,
I thought you did very well, Michael. All things considered.
Mikey, did you see on my story? I'll send it to Bone. I'll have him play it.
Book it, and he's like, tell the guys. And that was it. And then he hung up. I haven't talked to him since. Tell the guys.
What did he say?
He said, Malik Neighbors, anytime touchdown score, tell the guys. That's what he said. And that was it. He just out of the blue.
And then he just hung up?
I was like, thanks, Jerry. I bet. I was like, by the way, it didn't hit. But
you didn't tell the guys either.
He told me Malik Neighbors anytime touch.
Yeah, and then randomly on a Sunday morning, first time since we were doing the Brilliantly Dumb show, he just calls Jet and he goes, Malik Neighbors, anytime touchdown, tell the guys.
Yeah, tell the guy. And then Jet goes, it lost, but it's, you know.
I don't think he had a catch that week.
Don, look, Don will tell you, Don is not the gambler that he was
Well, you
when
know
we were doing
why?
the Brilliantly Dumb show. He goes for the big
He
payout.
tries to go like 12 team,
Yeah,
like
it's so
anytime
hard.
touchdowns. It's
He
like,
loves the anytime touchdown. Listen, anytime touchdowns, you may as well throw shit against the wall and just, there's some guys, but they're the guys that, you know, the Saquons, the Cooks, the
Derrick
Josh
Henry.
Allen, you gotta pay double the money. The juice
Yeah.
is insane on those guys, unless you want to do first touchdown score, but that's really just a
tough
crapshoot.
too. Yeah.
That's a total crapshoot. You don't know.
Yeah.
And there's some games where Saquon doesn't score. So it's like,
Yeah, because he gets
banking on it.
vultured at the line by Hurts with the tush push.
Yeah, we got to play that. It's just so funny. It's just classic Jerry. But Jerry used to be, when he was doing the Brilliantly Dumb show, he was the get best gambler that I had seen, and boy, has he been an absolute fucking cool. He'll be the first to tell you he's terrible now.
No, you
Tough.
know, Big Cat, he always does this shit with Big Cat. And Big Cat, the first thing Big Cat will tell you that Big Cat claims himself as the worst gambler on the face of the planet.
Yeah, he does.
Like he says that all the time. I'm the worst gambler on the face of the planet.
I'm a
So-
close second, quietly.
Yeah.
But
You have your moments, Bob.
yeah,
You're
yeah.
either scorching hot or you're an ice box.
Yeah, no, she's right. He is right. All right, folks. Well, that does it. Another episode.
Well, can we read the name? Can we read the
Oh yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah,
Mikey, if
sorry,
you could.
sorry.
Good call, Joe.
I have Grant Horvat, OG Lot, Rick Shields, Barstool Beef, Roger Steele. Joe's got Bob, Bryson DeChambeau, Paige, Trent Ryan, and Mason McNutt.
Mason Nut, yeah.
Nut. Bob's got Cutsy, Perez, Biz from Spittin' Chicklets, Wesley Bryan, Brian Bros, and Garrett Clark.
Yeah,
It's gonna be a
that's good.
gauntlet.
What a funny title-wise. I want to put something of like ranking best golf YouTube golfers. Get the Brilliantly Dumb show into that golf. You know what I try and do?
That's a good algorithm to get into.
On Bob Does Sports episodes, I always try, whether it's podcasts or the episodes, I always will throw one Brilliantly Dumb show thing out there just to keep that humming.
Should have done it to Rory.
Yeah.
Should have asked him what he thought about the Brilliantly Dumb show.
Could you
Hey,
imagine
listen,
that-
the national
Yeah.
championship offensive lines listen to the Brilliantly Dumb show.
Yeah.
That's what they're listening
Them
to.
and Jake Butt.
Them and Jake Butt. Jake Butt. Jake Butt.
All right, folks, that does it. Another edition of the Brilliantly Dumb Show. We love you, appreciate you. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to keep the ball rolling here. We'll see you next time.